he's saying, I think it's called growing up. I'm learning to be by myself and be okay with it. Guys, if you're out there and also you're like that gentleman who said, I'm learning to enjoy my company, let me know if Friday feels like a time to enjoy your own company and space. That is what he said, and I found it really wise that he had gotten to learn how to spend time by himself, and now he's okay. And he said the danger of that is, now that I've mastered the art of being alone, I don't think I need to be in crowds of people. I feel okay. And it actually feels unsafe when I'm surrounded by all these people, because I don't know what they're up to, what their thoughts are about me, what they are planning to do to me. And all, plus also the bill that comes when they are all around me in my house. So he's a different person altogether. Now I need to know, it's a live podcast. Has anyone else made some resolutions out of Friday nights being the loneliest days when you have no company, no one around but yourself? Let me know in the comment section what you think. I think that gentleman who said he's learning to enjoy his own company, I think that right there is the shift. Yeah. Yes, Friday nights can be lonely, but they can also be sacred, a time to reflect. You know, you've had a busy week, you've been running up and about, but now you sit back, like Dina said, and just think of life, of the people that you thought were great, of your plans ahead, of life in general. There are times I've started doing that a lot. I sit and I'm like, is life all about waking up, eating, drinking, going and picking kids or shopping or going to work and coming home and then eating again, having a shower, and then going off to bed again? Is it just all there is about life? Because you reflect when times that you have when you're by yourself, which Friday nights normally do, pull out, you start thinking and reflecting. So I think it's a good sacred time because you reflect. You reflect on yourself, about the kind of friends that you've got, the company that you've been keeping, where you're working, people you are with all the time. Are they the best company? Would they stick around if things were to change a little bit? Are they honest? Have you used up your time well that you've had with these people? Dina says, think it's a black day of Satan. She thinks it's a black day of Satan. I don't know why, Dina, you'd call it that. Maybe you'd explain more about why you call it the black day of Satan, that Friday is a black day of Satan. Ideally, we are giving too much credit, I would think, to Satan. It's not his day. It is God's day, but probably we just choose to do evil things, but it's not a black day of Satan. Dina says, I personally fear to be alone the whole weekend. Why is that, Dina? You don't enjoy your own company? If you don't, let us know, because we could arrange and some of these people watching could come and pay you a visit or take you out. Who knows? Probably there's a gentleman out there watching that is in the same condition and would want to spend some time on the weekend with someone also who is in the same position. So Dina, let me know. Otherwise, guys, it's a live podcast. Go ahead and drop in the comment section why, if you've ever had Friday feel lonely, or if it does really feel lonely right now for you, and why, and where are you, and who are you with? Like I gave examples, you can be in a crowd of people but still feel lonely. It does really happen because you're among people that know nothing about you. They don't care. And remember, guys, Fridays is not only a day, but it's a day of connection. It's not only about being with people. You can live in a house with many people, but you still feel lonely. Why? Because these people don't know you, you don't really know them, but you're with them. I mean, people go clubbing and they dance with total strangers. They hook up with total strangers. I don't know whether it's because there is a void in them and they want to fill it up. And so they fill it up the wrong way by having all these people around them. I'm still waiting on Dina's answer where she said that Friday is a black day of Satan. Why would you say that, Dina, about Friday? Is it because it's so lonely? For one, I don't think we should give that much credit to Satan because all days of the week are the Lord's, and we choose to either spend them in the satanic way or the evil way, or we do spend them the righteous way with friends, with family. So let me know why you would say that. Otherwise, you said you fear to be alone the whole weekend. Well, I, for one, am different. I don't fear being alone. I actually find that being alone gives me time to think about my choices, reflect on life, and plan. Anytime I'm alone, that's what goes on. I'm praying, I'm talking to God. Learn maybe Dina also to talk to God because He's always listening. Do you know that He's a silent listener to every conversation? Because God does listen to everything that goes on. He does not only tune in when we call on Him in prayer. He listens when I'm trying to steal from you, when I'm planning to get you into trouble. He's listening. When growing up, we had that saying that's in that picture we had pinned up, that saying He's the silent listener to every conversation and the uninvited guest to every meal. He's always right there. But we don't know it. We think, it is just me and my meal. Me, I'm just talking my foolish thing. He's right there listening. So if we can learn as well to go before Him in those silent times. It is Friday, you are alone, there's no one to keep you company. Instead of landing yourself in big trouble, I think also spending time alone, playing some nice music, quiet, slow music, and you just listen and pray. The kind of music we listen to also determines our mood. If you're going to listen to rowdy music, it will make you feel more lonely. But if you're going to listen to slow worship music, I don't know some of you if you know what I'm talking about, but that kind of music can get you to sleep, it can get you to pray, it can get you to reflect on the choices that you have made. Normally that happens when you are alone, but when you are with so many people, you don't even have time to think. There's a friend of mine who told me that he would party for a whole year. That was his past life. He would party. There are times he would get so wasted. He sleeps and wakes up when it is Tuesday. Imagine you drunk on Friday or Saturday and you don't wake up Sunday, Monday, and you just wake up midway Tuesday. That is scary. And he said that we would party and party. And by the time the year ends, you've achieved nothing all year through because all you did was party. And these friends don't allow you to be sober. Just as you're trying to sober out, they buy more, you drink more, sleep around more, and just get more and more wasted. And he said that is how he wasted his quite number of years. Now, there are many people who are looking at doing that and do that actually, but it leaves you empty. Have you seen people who are old and still living on these small quarters? They wasted their years of youth. doing, living, quote unquote, I'm doing my life the way I want, I'm living my life. You can really live your life and live it all out, that there's nothing left for your old age. I mean, you find people who are, how can I call it? Like if you're above 50 and you're still living on a one-roomed place, renting, guys, you just know things have turned up on you. Why? Because while you had your years of youth, where you would have worked, where you would have saved, where you would have planned and dreamt, and you were busy wasting those years away. And time wasted, guys, is never returned. If you waste your time drinking, if you waste your time in going out and partying, in crowds, you can never ever recover that time. And it can always be seen when you are an old man, old woman, but not settled anywhere. And you're living a life that you want to hide simply because you did not do the right thing at the right time. So may God help us not waste away our lives. Fridays are a good time to reflect and a good time to think about our choices and options. Dina says, I think being lonely can be an opportunity for personal reflection. Yes, it can be a good time for personal reflection. It is a good time because when you are alone, I remember the times when my kids would be off to school. I would be in the house cleaning, but while I'm cleaning, I'm also thinking what we'll have for lunch, what we had the other day, what the other one said the other time, who wanted what for his birthday, or where I would want to go as well and spend some time. It's like just a good time. If you find yourself on a Friday like today and you're alone after the podcast, don't go out and look for trouble. Stay home. Allow the quietness to kick in and start thinking and planning. While you are alone, you can start even dreaming of the future. I'm not saying go ahead and just sleep, endless sleep. No, go ahead and have some time to yourself. Because when we are awake, we plan. When we are in the quiet, you start dreaming. You start seeing your life. Where would you want to be next year? What would you want to achieve next year? And so you start working towards it. It may seem like it's impossible to achieve, but guess what? Once you have started on it, God would ensure that you achieve it, because He would want us to, advance in life, to plan and utilize the time that He has given us, not to waste it away. And Cedric says, I think being lonely can be an opportunity for personal reflection. Yes, my dear. Mandina says, even they named a Black Friday in camp. So I ask you again, Dina, why do you think it is Satan's day, Black Satan's day? Why? They call it Black Friday. But if you get to see the history of Black Friday, it is not necessarily black because the day is black and the people are satanic. It is because that is the day they would sell the blacks as slaves. Not necessarily because it's the day of Satan. It's because that's the day they would go out as merchants and then buy blacks as slaves. And Black Friday is just a day to release the blacks, their freedom and all that. It's too much detailed for you to think it's because of Satan's day. No, it's not. It's not, Dina. And I would like also to read a comment from Dina again. She says, like my neighbors, they party from Friday and their music is loud, so that scares me off every Friday. Yeah. There are some people who really want to do that and nag people and drive them crazy. Make it seem like if you've not joined our party, you are not living, you are missing. I think it's also the devil's way of getting us to the other side, because some people would really do anything to have a life that they see on social media, that they hear is exciting. You can see people dancing. There's a lady who told me in the club where she was working, there are some rich men who would come in there every day, going to different places just to drink. They spend their time and their nights in bars, just drinking late as it's getting to morning. Then they go off with these strange ladies, or they sleep in the bar and in the morning someone takes them home every day. But you can think those people are happy because while they are starting to drink, they are taking pictures while the tables are all messed up with empty bottles and full buckets of alcohol. That doesn't mean they are having a blast. They are trying to drown their sorrows. So don't get it twisted into thinking because they are messing up their tables, they are happiest, or they are the ones who are not lonely. Loneliness can even find you at that table with your alcohol. That is why when people are drunk, they say all kinds of things. And normally that is their truth. But when you're listening in, you're like, my goodness, I think they are not as happy as I thought they were. So think about it and also reflect. I would think also Friday night is a time to rest. I would think it's a time to pour into yourself. You rest. Remember, you've been waking up every day, but now, if you choose to go to bed and sleep early, that is good. It's a time for you to rest, as opposed to going out there and again getting more and more tired. So it's okay if you stay home. It's okay if you choose to be alone. It is a time to rest and pour into yourself. Like that man who said self-love. I'm learning to enjoy my own company. We can also learn to spend Fridays, even when you don't have money. You don't have to borrow a weekend money like Cedric said, and just go out and waste all of it. You can save some of it so that it can help you for a later day. Because trust me, those other days would come when you don't have and you need that money. Instead of you blowing it all in one night, you can save some and use it later. Now, if you're listening to me right now and you're feeling that ache, that loneliness, yeah, remember you are not invisible, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. There are people also out there going through the same. You just have to pick yourself up and know that in the right time, things would get better. I've listened to several people who have said they made life changes just by the time they spent alone. I mean, they say my wife had left me, or my girlfriend had left, or my husband had left me. Like there's this lady that I know personally. She was married off to this gentleman who never really truly loved her. But growing up in church, guys, there are some rules unspoken of, like you don't get pregnant without being married. I don't know about you guys and where you come from, but in my church where I came from, that was the case. You don't get pregnant when you're not married. So she got pregnant with this guy, and because the guy was worried he would be removed from his office, he married her. Not because he loved her, but because he was taking up the responsibility as the one who made her pregnant. So he married her in 2 months, and after about a few months of marriage, like about 7 months, she gave birth, and everyone was like, but they've just gotten married. Isn't that pregnancy supposed to be like about 7 months? How come she's giving birth? Things were not adding up. But because they were hiding the fact that they had been together before marriage, they got married. Now, they had the firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, and fourthborn. But I'm wondering, in between there, if the man was to love, he would really have started loving this lady, but he did not. His thing was, I never loved you, I will never love you, but they had 4 kids. Now, after some time, the man got interested in the maid. The woman would pretend she's sick to see that she gets some affection from the man.